Amaka and Peter marriage is not going well just because Amaka has started to demand unreasonable amounts from her husband. Peter doesn't know why his wife has changed towards him with her excessive demand for money for everything. Peter's work is not going smoothly again and he complains to Amaka, but she was not willing to compromise in her expenses. Amaka also works, but she has vouched to never use her own money to run things in the house. Amaka went to her friend's house to tell her about what her husband said they're her spending. Her friend told her to start contributing to her house, but Amaka refused to do that. She said her husband's money is for the house and her money is for her. Her friend told her that mentality is for old people who are not educated, while Amaka was angry her friend for not taking her side or trying to understand her. Amaka went home and saw Peter sitting down sad and then handed some paper to Amaka. Peter said he has lost his job, so they can't have to pay for the big house rent again. Amaka got mad at her husband and said she can't go back to being poor and he better think of something better about his situation. In the night, Peter was touching Amaka and she refused to allow him do anything with her. Amaka said how will he be thinking of sex when there is bigger problem in the house. Days later they got a quick notice to vacate the house since they can't pay the rent again. Peter told his wife that he has some savings that can at least afford a small apartment for the meantime. Amaka was so angry at Peter for allowing them to go back to poverty. A month later they moved to a smaller apartment. Peter begged Amaka to contribute at least with foodstuff or pay for their daughter's school fees. Amaka specifically told Peter that she can't contribute to the house expenses even if she has, because that is his job. Peter was wondering what happened to his lovely and sweet wife. Peter asked Amaka what happened to her. Amaka replied that he lost his job, so he better man up to his responsibilities or else the house will not contain both of them. Next day, Amaka went to work and came back late. She refused to cook for the house. She said Peter has not provided money for the house, so not cooking until further notice. Peter was too speechless to say a word. Peter started to look for jobs opportunities, but all continued to fail. Amaka came back from work early with their daughter and told Peter that their daughter was sacked from school. Peter asked Amaka that what does she do with all the money get paid from her work. Amaka said her money is personal business and money and it not her duties to pay for their daughter's school fees. Peter said marriage is about supporting each other when one partner is down. Why will she be stingy with her own daughter? Amaka replied again that her responsibility doesn't include paying school fees, so he better get her ass together before she reports him to his family members for being an irresponsible father to their daughter. Peter went to bed very sad and thinks of how to survive this storm. Peter woke up energized and went out search for jobs. Peter came back home still not jobs, and he got a call from a friend from his previous work to invest in a certain business. The little money he got in his account he invested in the business. Few months later, Peter received a letter from the house caretaker about increased rent. Peter was confused before it's not yet a year since they moved in and they are already increasing the rent. He complains to Amaka, but she was not interested because she said he better get the money ready in time to prevent them from sleeping on the street. Next day Peter took the notice again and read it slowly this time around because the first time he couldn't believe that they are increasing their house rent. As he read through the notice he saw the name of the owner of the house and noticed the name looks familiar. Then recalled that his wife also bears this same name and he immediately called the caretaker to ask who is the owner of the house. The caretaker told him his wife is the owner of the house and didn't he know this? Peter thanked him and hung up on him. When Amaka returned home, he asked her who won this house they are in. Amaka tried to lie to Peter about it and Peter showed her the letter from the caretaker about the rent increments. He asked her whose name is on the letter. Is that not your name? Your government name on the letter? Amaka is caught red-handed now, she can't lie again. Amaka confessed that yes, the house belongs to her. At this point, Peter got angry and packed his things and left the house her. Amaka tried to stop him but Peter left the house. Amaka started to cry and regret everything she did. Days later Amaka tried calling Peter but he refused to pick and this went on for a while until Amaka decided to include their family to talk to Peter to return home. Peter's mother called him and asked him to go home and that his wife has a good reason for what she did to him. Peter did want to go at first but he has to obey his mother. Peter on his way home got a call that his business that he invested in has held good profits. One of his job interviews also called him to come for a job interview. At this moment he was in high and good spirits because he is back on his feet again financially. Peter got home and Amaka immediately kneeled down to apologize to him. Amaka started by saying that she did all these because of what her mother went through in her father's hands. Her father was rich but never catered for her and her siblings. He was cheating on their mother because their mother didn't go to school and she has to sell fish and send them to school despite having a rich father who could do that or even help them. So she vouched that the man she will marry will never spend a penny of her money. She will rather suffer with the man than allow the man spend her money. She is sorry for everything and she has learned that every man is not her father. The money she took from him to start business is what she used for build the house. And she has another job that gives her money. Peter forgives Amaka and asks her to be caring and contributing if he can't. Marriage is partnership and understanding, and he will not be like her father. If he doesn't have, she can contribute, but if he has not need for her to contribute. Then Peter shared the good news about his investment and job interview with her. Amaka continues to apologize and promise never to do it again and was happy for her husband. They hugged tightly and called their daughter as they all hugged to be one happy family. Thanks for watching this recap. This channel brings you the best Nollywood movies. We save you time and money. Don't forget to subscribe and like our videos for more movie recap.